Hey guys, everyone, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to another video log. You guys, it's the holiday season, right? You got a lot to do. You're taking your time out to come join me, listen to my content, listen to me babble on about something. So I appreciate you, and if you like the stuff, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. Just trying to get my message out there and help as many people as possible. So with that being said, today's topic is something that I think a lot of people will be interested in, and that is caffeine, right? Who doesn't love their morning coffee, whether you go to Starbucks or you do your energy drink, whatever it is, your form of caffeine stimulant in the morning, everybody's got something that they like, right? Well, when can caffeine be used appropriately in your training sessions, right? Stimulants, as we know, can give us an instant boost of energy. It can help our performance. Research has been shown that it helps the endurance during an activity, right? Both in endurance type cardio exercises and weight training as well. What I kind of want to talk about today is how you can use caffeine as a benefit for your training, not only your off season, but for your contest prep season as well. Now, a lot of people will stick with caffeine or a stimulant of some sort, pre-workout, whatever it is that you choose. They'll keep that consistent throughout the year, right? While that is one great strategy, I actually think that there might be some benefits to cycling your caffeine intake, right? We all know that you don't want to be jacked up on huge amounts of caffeine. You want enough to get the job done, right? To feel alert, have the endurance, be able to push through hard workouts, push through your day in general, right? Whether it be at work or with the kids, whatever it is. Caffeine can be a very, very potent supplement to take, right? Now let's talk a little bit more about when you're training in your off season as opposed to when you're training to get for fat loss or contest prep, whatever it is, right? I actually kind of like the approach that you kind of dwindle down on caffeine during the off season when your calories are up, when generally your energy is already up because of the excess calories and energy that your body has to put forth towards your workouts and your everyday daily living, right? Then once contest prep comes around, or you start getting into more of a fat loss phase, even if you're not trying to step on stage, that's where I think that it could be beneficial to start cycling caffeine back in little by little, because as calories get down low, energy level gets down low, right? So if you supplement with that caffeine, whether it be that extra cup of coffee or pre-workout or energy drink, whatever it is you choose, that can kind of get you over that threshold of that, being tired, being lethargic, not having the motivation or the energy to go train. That caffeine can come in handy to kind of boost you right into what you need in order to have a successful workout, right? Because we all know that training is of the utmost importance while you're in any phase, right? You don't want your training to suffer any more than it has to, especially when you're in a fat loss, pre-contest cutting phase, right? The reason why cycling might be good for caffeine is because you want to kind of, for lack of a better term, you want to kind of shock your body, right? When it comes to wanting to make a change. Your body's very good at staying like in a homeostasis, right? Your body does not actually want to change. You have to give it a reason. You have to force it to change, which we do in our training with progressive overload, training with different rep schemes, different amount of sets, supersetting, shocking the body, for lack of a better term, right? Well, if you're consistently on caffeine through your off season when your calories are high and your caffeine is high, and then you move into a caloric reduction and a fat loss stage and a contest prep time, and your calories are low but your caffeine is still at the same level, well, your body's maybe not getting that extra little shock it needs in order to perform because it's already grown accustomed to that amount of caffeine, right? So what about this strategy? Throwing this out there. What if you keep caffeine in your off-season program for the majority of it, and then in about 4 to 6 weeks you're going to be starting your fat loss phase. What about cutting caffeine out for those 4 to 6 weeks, kind of letting your body get accustomed to not having it in it, so that when you do start with your fat loss phase and you need that extra energy because of the reduction in calories, your body is more accepting of the intake of caffeine, right? It's not accustomed to it anymore. It's like, holy crap, what's all this extra energy, right? That's a strategy you can use. Some people cut it out completely during the off season and just use it during fat loss, contest prep time. And some people, it doesn't really affect them that much, guys. It's all individualized. I know for me, personally, my body gets accustomed to a certain amount of caffeine, right? So next 2018 at some point, probably summertime or whatever, when I start beginning to cut down for a show, probably a month or so before that, I'll probably get off the caffeine for a while, just because I know personally for me, that reintroduction of the caffeine later on is going to be needed, because when my calories get low, my training starts to suffer, which it does for a lot of people, right? I mean, there's those few outliers that can push through and still hit PRs on low calories and reducing body fat, but it is difficult, especially if you're not a beginner lifter, right? If you've been in the game for a while. So that's where I think that my strategy, as far as reintroducing caffeine little by little as prep time goes through, as fat loss phase continues through, can be beneficial. You can talk to 10 different coaches out there and they'll probably have 10 different strategies for caffeine. I personally don't really like the pre-workouts, and that's just I have nothing against people that take them or the supplement industry at all or anything. Just for me, it doesn't seem to sit well with my body. So the types of caffeine that I enjoy are my cups of black coffee and my occasional Monster throughout the day and stuff. But I do know that I have a threshold, right? When I hit about 3 cups of coffee, that's it. That's where I have to shut it off. But for you, it might be 1 cup of coffee does the job. For somebody else, it might be 5 or 6. But I would recommend you not going overboard on the caffeine, because you don't want your body to constantly be in a state of alertness, right? That raises cortisol levels, that raises, obviously your stress, and it prevents you from getting the proper rest, the proper sleep that you need at night in order to take advantage of all that progress, all that hard work you're putting into the gym, right? And in the kitchen. So watch your caffeine intake. It's going to be different for everybody. You have to play around and you have to know your limit. And also realize that caffeine, coffee, even though it has water in it, it will start dehydrating you, okay? And that's a very key element, especially when you get into your fat loss contest prep time, because that can be used as a tool later on if needed, but you also have to watch it because it could dehydrate you too much to have subpar workouts if you take in too much. That's where always knowing your body, knowing your personal intake comes handy. So that's just my thoughts on caffeine. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I don't drink coffee all year round. I don't have my Monster all year round, because I do. But I think that I'm going to apply this strategy to my own contest prep time when it comes time, and just kind of give it 4 weeks off, maybe 6 weeks off, and just kind of let my body kind of cleanse, and just get used to not having it, so that when I do reintroduce it, it could be another tool in our toolbox towards fat loss and towards achieving our goals. So that's what it's all about, guys. It's all about finding different ways, different tools, different elements that you can throw into your bag, into your toolbox to pull out at different times, right? And the thing is, you also don't want to try too many things at one time, because you're not going to know what is the key element that's being effective, right? So say you throw in caffeine and you start cutting carbs, and you do 3 or 4 different things that you haven't done before. Well, how do you know what it truly is that's helping you get those results, when in reality you could be getting more for less, right? You could be getting the same results by just incorporating 1 change instead of 3 or 4. So fitness is a journey, right? It's all an individual journey to each and every one of us. We have to take notes on our body. We have to listen to people that are influential in the industry, that have the education behind it, who have the experience behind it, and that really want to present you with the right information, effective information, healthy, safe information, in order for you to make the best judgment for yourself. And if you're not able to, that's when hiring a good coach, someone that has your best interests at hand, someone who has the educational background, the passion, the experience themselves, can come in handy. So with that being said, if you are looking for any coaching for your training programming, nutrition, whatever, please contact me. My information, my email address is mathisfitness@gmail.com, MATHAS fitness@gmail. And I also am part of Team BioLane. I work with Dr. Lane Norton. You can email us at david@biolane, BIOLAYNE.com. And I'd love to work with you guys. I'd love to help you. I'd love to not have you go down the same road with mistakes that I did in the past, and learn from the knowledge that I've gained over the years and continue to gain on a daily basis. So you can follow me on Instagram at Mathis Fitness, and Facebook, my own personal page, which is David Mathis, or Mathis Performance Fitness, which is my coaching page. So thank you guys for tuning in. I know we all love our caffeine, so this was something that I thought was kind of interesting, because I just got done having another cup of coffee, and I was sitting around thinking, like, I'm pretty ready to go train right now. And I thought that this would be an appropriate topic for a lot of people out there. So hopefully you got something out of this. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share with everybody. And I will be seeing you guys next time. You all have a great holiday season, and take care.